Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and Viva la Raza.
Órale.
Your time is up. My time is now. Well, that time is done for the one, Mr. John Cena. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, I got a lot to say when it comes to this. Good gosh, man. A lot good, a lot bad. I don't even know. But let's go ahead and let's bring in my boy from South Central Los Angeles, one Mr. Big Bird. Big Bird.
Hey, what's up? Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Man, Bird. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, it's Saturday night's main event, dog. There's quite a few matches. We're not gonna get into. I just want to stick to John Cena because, in reality, it's basically kind of a showcase for some of the up and coming NXT stars. You got Sol Ruka going up against Bailey. You know, the tag team titles are on the line with Javon Evans and Leon Slater going up
Yeah.
against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Cody Rhodes versus Femi. That one I think it should be good. I, Out of those, are you looking forward to any of those?
I'm actually getting into the tag team of Dragon Lee, AJ Styles. I will
Okay.
at first when they put them together, como que it kind of like I was kind of like okay, I was doubting, I was like it's not gonna work, but lately like wow, I like the way they were both wearing red this past Monday, so I think they
Mm.
should continue that. Like they should get like a color for them to match, like don't mix match or nothing like that. I'm looking for that one. I'm looking for the Cody Rowe one. I think that one's gonna be really, really good.
You know what? In all reality, and we're gonna get to John Cena right now, but
Yeah.
I think all these matches are gonna be good. Honestly, I think the John Cena match is gonna be the worst. I'm just talking about inside of the ring, what the performance. But
Yeah.
I think all these matches are gonna be good. It's just not too many people really know who some of these people are unless they're watching NXT. But yeah, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So we got Saturday night's main event coming up on Peacock tomorrow. If you guys are watching this live, if not, then it is on Saturday, December 13th. On Peacock, they already said it's a 2 hour show. Okay, so it's a 2 hour show. So it's not like it's gonna go super duper long, man. Out here on the West Coast, it starts at 5 o'clock for us, so it should be done by 7. So Big Bird, let's get to Cena's final match. What's your thoughts on who he's facing? He's facing Gunther. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Uh, I saw it. I saw it coming a long time ago. Way, way before the rumors. Way before the spoils and everything. And at first, I was. I was kind of like, why he's gonna face Gunther? Gunther. He's already like, not too old, but he's up there. They should have gave a chance to maybe Carmelo Hayes or somebody like that. But it makes perfect sense because I knew that by him dropping the title to Dominic, I know for a fact that I think John Cena is gonna win his last match, and I'm looking forward because it just me and John Cena. I never met him in person, but we have like this strange relationship that it's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully you could give me like maybe 1 minute or less by the end of the podcast so I could kind of like express myself, what I
Mm.
feel and what I think about John Cena. But I think it's gonna be a good match because, like I told you before, I like Gunther as the way he wrestles, he carries himself. He's like a '80s heel, and John Cena, Super Cena. He's like the modern day. He was the modern day Hulk Hogan, which
Hmm.
tomorrow is gonna be his last match, and I think they're gonna put a hell of a match. I think they're just gonna go all out. Like they have to for sure. and I think it's gonna be a good match. I think I'm looking forward to it. I don't think much of it. Like oh no, why him? Why Gunther? Like no more. Just go ahead. I think he's like the perfect last opponent, if you will.
Um, okay. I don't I don't mind that it's Gunther depending on what the outcome is on this match. If Gunther wins, then I have an issue with it. If he doesn't win, then I don't have an issue with it. To me, Big Bird, I was like, okay, what's with the Brock Lesnar squash match on John Cena? I didn't when that happened at what was it, WrestlePalooza, I think it was.
Yeah, Respalusa.
Okay, when that happened, Big Bird, I was like, oh, you know what? Brock Lesnar is gonna be John Cena's final match because Brock Lesnar is he squashed John Cena. And between then to now, I was thinking there was going to be a different road that Brock Lesnar was going to take, where he was just start beating dudes up. And it's like, oh, okay, I see the storyline. I see where it's going to go. Brock Lesnar's back. He's the beast incarnate. Nobody can stop him. He's terrorizing everybody. And then John Cena meets him for the final time in his last match, and then takes the beast down. Okay, that's what I was thinking after the squash match at WrestlePalooza by Brock Lesnar. But that's not what happened. So once they do this tournament, I'm like, okay, are they putting Brock Lesnar on this tournament? No, they didn't put him in there. Once I saw Gunther, and once Gunther got his first victory, because Gunther took a little hiatus. He
Yeah,
took
that's true.
he took a break. He came back. Once he got his first victory, I'm like, it's gonna be Gunther. It's gonna be Gunther. So now to me, that whole squash match with Brock Lesnar didn't make sense. So now I'm just kind of like, so do I have a problem that is Gunther? Okay, it just it just depends what the outcome is tomorrow night. That is it. If Gunther wins, then I have a problem with it being Gunther. If John Cena wins, then I don't have a problem with it because it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. So that's how I feel right now on Gunther being John Cena's final opponent. I thought it was pretty cool that you had an up and comer like Dirty Dom, who I say is the future of this business, man. I've been saying it.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
There's two guys that I got my eye on that are definitely the future. Dirty Dom and Braun Breaker. Those two dudes, man, are the future of this business. But as far as Gunther, yeah, I don't have a problem with it as long as it goes down the way it should go down tomorrow, um, when it is up against Gunther. Big Bird, there, John Cena was interviewed quite a few times. I didn't watch all of his interviews, but I watched the one that he had with Chris Van Vliet. And some people had got at me saying, like, it was all kind of the same. He said on there that this is definitely his last match. He's not coming back for a crown jewel match. He's not coming back a few years later for the Royal Rumble. He's not coming back for a tag team match. He's not coming back. This is absolutely his last time wrestling as a professional wrestler. He's not coming back for any OG kind of spot to get in there or to have another match. That's not happening. Do you believe it, Big Bird?
No, it's kind of hard to believe because throughout the history, how some wrestlers they say the same thing, and they some of them used to hate the company they used to work, WWF, but then later on they'll come back, or even if they don't wrestle, they come back for like a story mode or something,
Mhm,
But I mean, for sure, John Cena has to come like for his Hall of Fame induction, and I don't know, man. Like, he might show up here and there, but I don't think like to wrestle. I don't think he'll come back to wrestle. He'll probably will show up, not all the time, but whenever, like, say, let's say for example, like the 2000 anniversary, episode of Raw, or
mhm.
whatever the case is, but I don't think he'll wrestle. I think this will be his last match tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna show up, not all the time, but here and there. Like just for like the nostalgia and to make people happy or whatever. But because it doesn't make sense for him to come back like next year or whatever, because most of the wrestlers he used to wrestle with, they're like all gone. So, and I'm pretty sure he want to give the spotlight to like the new people, which I appreciate, because it seems like he really does, because he gave Dominic like the rub, so which I appreciate too, because I really love Dominic too.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Dirty Dom, man. Dirty Dom's the guy. I would say this. I'm sure we'll see John Cena. He might hit a couple of attitude adjustments here and there. He might do a couple of things in the ring, but as far as him having a match, yeah, I actually believe him. I don't think he's gonna come back for a match. I don't think he's gonna come back for a Royal Rumble. I don't think he's back for a match. Will there be spots where he comes out and has a little bit of time on the mic? Somebody comes to disrupt them and he hits him with an attitude adjustment. Yeah, I could see that. But as far as having an actual match, people like to forget, and I know why people like to forget. Shawn Michaels, he came back for Crown Jewel. He had a tag team match where he tagged up with Triple H and they went up against the Brothers of Destruction. And that was a horrible match. And people like to forget about it yes, people should forget about that match and just think like, hey, you know what? His last match was against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26
Yeah.
because that match was terrible. People forget that Stone Cold Steve Austin, his last match was actually not that long ago against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. It was supposed to be a segment with Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens used to have a talk show, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens is like, no, no, we're here to have a match, and it should count as a match. And honestly, it wasn't bad of a match. It was not bad of a match, but yeah, I don't think John Cena's coming back for a match. I think this really truly is it. I'll ask you this, Big Bird.
Yeah.
If things go wrong for John tomorrow, let's just say he gets injured during the match and he can't do everything he wants to. Do you think then maybe we see him come back?
Oh, definitely. Because I mean, I don't think to wrestle again, but maybe to give him like dedicate a show to him and really give him like the last goodbye. Because to be honest, that guy deserves it. Like some people hate him, some people love him, whatever the case is. But reality is like damn, this guy done it all. Like he is like an icon. Like a legend.
But
He's
but
cemented.
but what I'm saying, what I'm asking, Big Bird,
Okay.
if he gets injured tomorrow, right, and he
Yeah.
cannot finish the match or do everything he wanted to, do you think he comes back for another match?
No,
Because
I don't.
because I'm sure right now he's thinking about everything that he wants to do for his final match, right? Because he's all like,
Yeah.
okay, this is it. This is everything I want to do, and after this, I'm gonna be satisfied. But let's say 2, 3 minutes, 4, 5 minutes into the match, he gets injured to the point where it's like, you know what? He can't finish the match. Do you think he comes back for another match because he did not do everything he wanted to do in his final match?
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. I take it back. I think he will probably come back to do like one final match, because, like you say, he's probably thinking about like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and God forbids that he gets injured, but let's say he does, knock on wood. But I think he'll definitely come back just to like just to get it out of his chest, out of his system, because you know how wrestlers are, they stop, but I think it's in their blood, their vein, it's an addiction, so I'm with you on that one.
John, he knows what it's like to be out of the ring. He always found his way back to the WWE, even if it was one match. Something something that a stat that I learned from his interview is that he's had more matches this year since 2018. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I knew there was a few years in there where we only had like one match. Um, I think this is his last match. Now, if he gets injured, I can maybe see him coming back, possibly. Um, but I do believe him when he says this is it for him. You know why, Big Bird?
What?
I don't see the fire in him anymore. I don't think I think he loves wrestling. I don't think he loves being a wrestler. What I mean by that is like you and I, we love wrestling, right? And
Yeah.
I think he's still a fan of wrestling. I just don't think he wants to be a wrestler anymore. Now that's he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He actually said if it were up to him, he'd keep going, but his body doesn't allow him to do it anymore. I'm not sure I believe that. I'm not sure. It's a good answer. It's a good answer for the fans. But I don't really see that fire in him, Big Bird. I don't really see that eye of the tiger in him anymore. I don't really see the passion in it for him anymore. I still think he loves the business. I just don't think he loves being a wrestler anymore. I'm not saying he hates it. I'm not saying he hates it. I'm just saying I think it's been a few years already where to him that's kind of behind him already. Like, hey man, I love being around wrestling, but I don't want to be a wrestler anymore. What do you think? Do you think he's still do you believe him when he says if it were up to him, he'd keep going his entire life?
I mean, yeah, if it was up to him, he'll probably continue, like, but maybe the
Hmm.
doctors told him at some point, like, hey, you know what, you can't do this, you can't do that no more. You at this age, like that you cannot do this certain thing, that certain thing, which I'm pretty sure he wants to. Like me, for example, like I'm not old, but I'm kind of old, and like somebody tells me, "Hey, go jump that fence," and then like in my mind, I want to, but then reality, then I snap out of it. Like I can't, But if I was like a teenager, a young kid, I'll jump it without thinking about it twice, So I'm pretty sure John Cena, he don't want to make us like like a mockery of himself,
Hmm.
like by wrestling just because of the money or because the fans want to. But I mean, he's playing his cards right. He's a smart man, and I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, you know what? Like I did got hurt here and there when I was wrestling throughout my professional career, but thank God I'm 100% good. Like I could walk, I could move my hands, hear, talk, see, or whatever. So I'm pretty sure he just like, okay, let me just stop it. This be my last match because I don't want to get hurt. Whatever little time I have in life, like I want to enjoy it. I want to be able to walk or whatever the case is. I think that's his mentality.
I look, I would say this when it comes to John Cena, man. Like he was never a high flyer. He was never, one of these guys where he did a lot of tricks in the ring or anything like that. He was pretty he was a very basic kind of wrestler to a certain degree. He wasn't like a high risk taker or anything like that. And even at that, even with that type of wrestling that everybody knew him for, it's easy to see that he's lost a few steps, man. He's a lot slower. See, somebody like here's what I'm trying to say. Somebody like AJ Styles,
Yeah,
right? Or Shawn Michaels. Like their style of wrestling is like, oh man, these guys, these guys take a lot of risk. You know what I mean? Like they're up on the ropes, man. They're flying. They're on the top turnbuckle. They're jumping from the apron to the table. These guys are taking. These guys bring something different, man. Right?
yeah,
Um, when if they stop doing that, everybody's just say like, hold on, dog. What style is this, man? We're not used to seeing that style. John Cena was never that guy. John Cena was always just kind of basic feet on the canvas kind of wrestler. And even with that, man, you can see that he's slowed down. Like his style, even though it's pretty simple, his style, man, is just he slowed down a lot. So it's kind of rough to see somebody like the Undertaker who stood around for a little too long, where it was just like, come on, Taker, come on, man, like, damn it, I've been watching Taker since he first came out. Like, come on, Taker, I don't want you to go out like this. That's why we had that Boneyard match against AJ Styles, which I thought was good. I thought it was
Oh
good,
yeah,
and and he said, you know why I'm going out on that one? I'm like, good, because I don't think you can do any better inside of the ring. I think the ring has passed you by, man. Um,
yeah, that's
so
true.
yeah, yeah, so definitely John Cena is really slowed down, and people are only watching because it's John Cena, and he's not. But he himself, if it was just some other wrestler, people would be like, "The heck is this? This dude?" They'd be chanting again, "You can't wrestle," you know. So, uh, hey, Big Bird. Okay, there's a lot of storylines, a lot of rumors out there that so many of the WWE universe are throwing around. Some of them are pretty fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are pretty fun.
Yeah,
Some I kind of want to entertain this just a little bit. I want to throw them your way just a little bit, man. And you tell me, Holmes. You tell me, okay? Okay. Some are saying that this actually is not John Cena's final match. That his final match will be at WrestleMania, that this actually is a storyline for the final boss, The Rock, to
oh
return.
man,
For The Rock to return because The Rock still, finger quotes, owns John Cena's soul. So that actually, this is all storyline. We're gonna see the Brahma Bull, the final boss, tomorrow come out, and some way, somehow, John Cena's gonna have to make it to WrestleMania, and that's where he's gonna have his final match because The Rock still has his soul. Whether he sides with Cena, whether he sides with Gunther to beat John Cena, but something's gonna happen, and John Cena, his final match probably will be against The Rock at WrestleMania. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because that storyline, it never really ended. And if it didn't, it ended in the most horrific, egregious way, Holmes. It was the worst thing out there. But what's your thought on that, Big Bird? You think there's any chances anything like that, man?
I was actually gonna say that like let's say for example you would have asked me, so what is your final thoughts of the John Cena match, right? I
Mm,
I hadn't. This is this was gonna be my answer. I was gonna tell you that I for sure want John Cena to win his last match, but I was gonna say that Gunther's gonna make Cena tap out or whatever the case is, and
mm,
then Gunther's gonna like leave the ring, and John Cena's gonna be right there in the ring, like all like disappointed and stuff like that, and then The Rock's music hits, and then he comes down the ring, and then that's the final match. Like I thought that was gonna happen tomorrow, but now that you're talking about it, that they're gonna stretch it out to WrestleMania, then I'm like, wow, I didn't thought about that one, but I'm pretty sure, hopefully, because I am going to WrestleMania, next year. So
mm.
hopefully I get to see that match, and it'll make perfect sense, because how are you gonna end his final match like at a Saturday night live event or whatever, like right? Like I
Uh,
mean, it
yeah.
is it is something big, but it's not something big.
Okay, okay. No, no, no. That's that. We'll get to that right now because I do definitely want to get to that. This storyline that people are entertaining, that The Rock is gonna come out because he still owns John Cena's soul. Um, it is kind of fun. I will say this. I will say this. It would be a huge shocker. It would be an enormous shocker if the WWE is into the shock factor. That's the way to go. Look, a lot of people are going to be pissed off, and that's fine. You're supposed to get their emotions out of it. It's like, wait a second, man. You said this was John Cena's final match, and it's not. Yes, you're supposed to shock them. So I if something like that goes down tomorrow with The Rock coming out, the final boss saying he still owns John Cena's soul, and so we somehow that stretches it out. That I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. All I'm gonna say is that emotionally, me myself, I'm preparing myself for John Cena's final match, and that would be a letdown. But on top of that, I'd be like, you know what? I'm cool with it, because let's get to what you're talking about, Big Bird.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts that John Cena's final match? This is John Cena. This is the John Cena. You know what I mean? This is the biggest star. This is, what Hulk Hogan, what Stone Cold was. What I guess what Roman Reigns is today, or for the last few years. What is your thoughts of John Cena's final match being at a Saturday night's main event? Because usually you would want that to be at one of the major PLEs, man. But this is not a PLE. This is a Saturday night's main event. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, at first, the idea of him retiring in his hometown, which they
Yeah,
mentioned it before, I
right.
was down with that, because I was like, okay, the family members are gonna show up, so on and so forward. And then out of the blue, they stretched it out to Saturday's night main event. Am I
Hmm.
saying it right?
Yeah, Saturday
Sorry.
night's main event. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a tongue twist, you know.
Mhm.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, really? At first, I was like, really? But then, and in my head, I was like, oh, you know what? This is what I thought. I was like, maybe he want to finish the whole year, and it lands in December. So maybe that's the reason that he's doing it. This month, his last match. But now that I think about it, now that we're talking about it, it's like, yeah, kind of like it's like sucky, like kind of sucks that, like, no, you cannot go out like that. Like, it has to be like in a grand stage or whatever the case is, a PLE, because this is not even a PLE. So now that we're talking about it, me and you, it makes sense that something's gonna happen for sure, and it's gonna stretch out like more the storyline. Like you're saying, as I'm hearing you right now, like I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, wow, it makes sense.
I the stage Saturday night's main event, December 13th. It's all been built around John Cena's final match, right?
Yeah.
And the event itself doesn't seem big. Okay, the fact that it's John Cena's final match, that seems pretty big. That's what everyone's talking about. I remember Ric Flair's last match with the WWE. Now, after WWE, he still had many more matches, right? And it was horrible, man. It was gosh awful watching the old
Uh,
man still get out there. But his last match was at a WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels. And it was a heartfelt moment. And to me, I was like, wow, Ric Flair is done. And then we see him coming out. I think he came out like in TNA. Then he goes to AEW. I'm like, good gosh, man, come on, Rick. But the
remember,
stage was,
remember that match that he almost died in the ring too. Oh my god.
yeah, man. And then he started coming out and wrestling with like a purple shirt on, and it was just, gosh, darn it, man. This dude it was awful, man. But the stage, man, the stage was at WrestleMania. It felt huge. You felt it. You felt the moment like, wow, this is it, man. If Ric Flair loses, because that's what it was going into it. If Ric Flair loses, he's done. He's fired. With this right here, John Cena wanting to complete a calendar year and then call it quits. I remember Lillian Garcia used to have a podcast. I don't know if she still has it anymore. And she had said that in the business, New Year for them is after WrestleMania. That was
Oh, I
their
see.
that was their year. Like, oh, people are celebrating New Year, but she said to her and everybody in the business, it didn't feel like New Year. What felt like New Year was after WrestleMania was done. And I was just kind of thinking, like, why wouldn't John why wouldn't John just come out and go from WrestleMania to WrestleMania? Why a calendar year? Especially the way it all ended up. I mean, hindsight's 2020. I get it. It went horrible. It went probably as terrible as it could probably gone, man. Story wise, you know. Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. Big Bird, it's just not sitting that right with me. That's a Saturday night's main event. And again, Goldberg had his last match with WWE at Saturday night's main event, and we saw how that went. He didn't like that.
Oh man, I didn't even like it to this day. It's like, oh my god, man, they should have done better. But that's why I'm afraid of that. That it's like, why are they gonna give John Cena this day and this Saturday night main event? Like, why? Like that
But
doesn't sit on me right. Like you say.
isn't this John Cena's choice though? He's the one choosing this. I don't think this is Paul Levesque here. I don't think this is Triple H. This all strikes me as John Cena, man. Okay. Here's the thing, Big Bird. John Cena's kind of pissing me off in this, man. He really is because he's being a little too modest. He's being a
Yeah.
little too modest, Holmes. He's being a little bit like, hey, I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about everybody else. Like, no, screw that, dog. You were the man. You were the biggest star. It needs to be about you, John. It needs to be about you, not for you, but for everybody else, for the fans. I get what he's doing. He's like, hey, I don't want it all to be about me. I just kind of, want to put other people up. I want to put no, 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 man. It needs to be about you, John, because if it's about you, then it's again about all the fans that watched you for so many damn years. So that's why it needs to be about you, man. So the fact that Saturday night's main event is a little bit of a letdown for me. Yeah, yeah, a little bit, man, a little bit. It should have been WrestleMania, in my opinion. I mean, you're one of the biggest stars. I mean, if we talk about wrestling Mount Rushmore of biggest stars, he's on it.
Oh, definitely. Without
Yeah,
shadow, without.
yeah, yeah, no doubt about it, man. He's definitely on it. All right, Big Bird, let's get to the match itself. How does this match go, Big Bird? And what's the worst thing that can happen in this match for you? And what's the best thing that can happen in this match for you? But how does this match with Gunther tomorrow go down?
Wow. Okay, so let me take a second. So I think Gunther's gonna enter the ring first. Then they're
Okay,
gonna
nice.
they're gonna give like a couple of minutes for the crowd to kind of settle down, and then they're gonna hit us with the song, the old school Doctor Thugonomics song. He's gonna come out there, we're live. This is big. And he goes in the ring. They announce,
Is this
like,
is this how you think it's gonna happen, or this is the way you want it to happen?
this is what I think that's gonna happen.
Really? Okay. I don't know if many people know this, but John Cena is actually being sued for the song that he has, his entrance song.
Or the new one or the old one?
Not the Thugonomics. Yeah, the one that he's been coming out for many years with now. The da
Wow.
da da da. My time is up. Your time is now. He's being
Yeah.
sued for that song. Somebody has copyrights to the horns that are used in that
Oh, I
song,
see.
and
Yeah.
he's being sued, man. He's being sued. So I don't know why it took so long for
Yeah.
that person to push this lawsuit on him. But yeah, he's getting sued, man. I think they just get throw money at them and it's just gonna go away. But I just want to throw that out there, man, since you brought up the theme music.
Damn, I didn't heard that one. That no wonder it makes sense that sometimes when they post stuff about him, like on social media, they use that song, the new one, but
Hmm.
without like the horns. I don't know. It's kind of like the
Oh,
beats kind
okay.
of off. So I'm like, oh, it makes
Okay.
it makes sense now. So yeah, he's gonna go in there, and then they're gonna announce Gunther, and then they're gonna announce
So
John
wait,
Cena.
I want to make it. So I just want to paint the picture, man. So you're saying he comes out as the Doctor of Thugonomics, like his hat backwards or something like that?
Yeah, I think not to have bad words, but like the
Okay, okay,
jersey and like the jeans.
okay,
And
okay,
maybe
okay,
maybe
okay, okay.
maybe he'll have like the knuckles with the words.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then he goes in there, and then they announce Gunther, and then they announce, oh, John Cena, this is the last match, so on and so forward. And then yeah, the match starts. They start brawling. They start brawling in the ring, and then they go outside. They start brawling. I'm pretty sure one of the announce tables gonna get broken. I don't know, maybe a power bomb from Gunther to John Cena, and then Gunther's gonna go inside, and then they're gonna count, John Cena, and then John Cena is gonna be, he's gonna break the count like on time, and then yeah, they just gonna, maybe John Cena's gonna do like the five knuckle shuffle or so on and so forth. There might be blood. I think Gunther's gonna
Mm,
bleed, and yeah, and then there's gonna be intense moments where John Cena's gonna lock in, like his submission to Gunther, and people could think that he's gonna like tap out, but then he's able to like grab the ropes, and then Gunther's gonna reverse it. He's gonna do like, and then John Cena is gonna grab the ropes too, and then yeah, I think I don't know, but I think Gunther's gonna win. He's gonna make John Cena tap out. I want John Cena to win. Don't get me wrong. I do want John Cena to win. I love John Cena.
mm,
But I
okay.
think like you say, John Cena being stubborn and all this stuff. Because remember, like 2 days ago, that match was gonna be the opening, and then today they
Yeah.
announced it's gonna be the last match.
Yeah, okay, Big Bird. That's what's pissing me off about John Cena on all this, man. It's like he is being just way, way, way too modest. He wants it to be the first match. Like, nah, Charlotte, dog. Then why the heck would anybody even tune in after that? Not a lot of people are interested in these other matches. Okay,
Yeah, that's true.
people want to see the John Cena match, his final match. He wants it to be the opening match, just like he's been the opening matches for like a lot of these WrestleManias. Not the one this past not this past WrestleMania, but the other WrestleManias he was a part of when he lost to Austin Theory, when he lost to Sosa Cole. He was the not only was it the first match, but he was the first one to come out. Like, guy, stop it, dog, stop it. You're taking away from the fans being way, 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 way too modest. You are taking away from the fans. You need to make it about you, John. When you make it about you, you make it about the fans that have been following you for so many years. Stop being too damn modest, and it's killing it, man. It's killing it. Okay, I
Yeah,
I, I
because
was
oh, I'm sorry. Let me say this real quick.
yeah,
Um, like yeah, I'm with you because on Survivor Series, everybody was kind of confused that why wasn't his match last. Like it would make
right,
perfect sense. Dom will win in his hometown, but Dom, he won, but John Cena didn't even like he. He didn't like he did stick around, but he didn't stick around. So we could give him like props, and because his last pay-per-view PLE. He just
yeah,
we were kind of like shocked, like, man, you just lost. This is your last PLE. Like, give us a chance to, like, thank you, Cena, or something, at least for
right.
like 5 minutes or so. But no, so it was kind of like, okay, people we were looking at each other left and right. We are kind of confused. It's just like you say, he's being what's that word? I forgot.
Well,
But
he's being modest. Like, he doesn't
yeah,
want it to be about him. He doesn't want to take too much of a spotlight. And it's like, no, man, you're killing it. You're killing it, man. It's like when people want to celebrate, let's say it's somebody's birthday, right? And people
yeah,
love this person. And it's like, you know what? We want to celebrate you. But the person keeps on like, no, 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 I don't want it to be about me. I'm just going to go hang out inside. It's like, okay, you're taking away from the people that want to celebrate you, man. Let them celebrate you. Okay. And that's what John Cena is doing. He's just trying to stay away from the spotlight. Look, if he was going to do this, then don't announce that this is your last year, John. If this is the way, if this is the route you're going to go down, then why announce that this is your last year, man? But all right, so when it comes to this match, look, would I like to see him come out as a doctor of thugonomics? I think that'd be badass, man. That would be badass. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think he comes out as a doctor of thugonomics. I think he just comes out as regular John Cena. Um, I think they have a pretty good match. I do. Um, well, I think they have a long match. I think what's gonna make it a close match is the close pinfalls. One, two, oh, we kicked out. Just the close pinfalls. That's what's gonna make it pretty good. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the part that I'm struggling with this Big Bird. Okay, all right. To me, this opponent in Gunther only makes sense if John Cena wins. It does not make any sense if Gunther wins, Big Bird, because for one, Gunther's over. He's been two-time world champion. He broke the Honky Tonk Man's record with the Intercontinental Championship. This guy is over. He is over. So beating John Cena does not put you more over. And on top of that, beating John Cena doesn't even really mean much anymore. John Cena has been losing for years now. I mean, John Cena came back, I forgot when, was it last year? And he said, like, hey, I didn't know this, but apparently I haven't won a singles match in like 5 years or something because he's been losing. So it's not like beating John Cena is some way, somehow going to make Gunther get over. Is it? Is it, Big Bird?
No, you're right. It's not gonna make Gunther go over because, like you say, he's already over. Like like winning the title and the Intercontinental title, and him being like a great heel. A lot of people hate him, but I like him. But
Well, I
and
mean,
I
they're
just
supposed to hate him. He's a heel, but
yeah.
somebody's saying that they disagree that Gunther should go over, but he's already over. Beating John Cena doesn't do anything for him moving forward. It does absolutely nothing for him. Austin Theory beat John Cena at a WrestleMania, straight up, no cheating. At, Solo Sokoa beat John Cena straight up, no cheating at a WrestleMania. So many people have beat John Cena. Beating John Cena today doesn't do anything for your career anymore. Had this been John Cena 10 years ago, I'd say, okay, you know what? Yes, because very few people beat John Cena back then. But the last few years, John Cena has been on a huge losing streak. Yes, he got a couple of wins this year, but he's lost already a few times. Dirty Dom just beat him for the Intercontinental title. So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it does anything for Gunther to win this match. Now people are saying that what if Gunther makes some tap out, right? Because John Cena, who he is, never give up, that he should tap out. That to me, Big Bird, is even more egregious if John Cena taps out. What do you think about that? Because Gunther, we see him. He's into his submissions and his chokeholds and his sleeper holds, man. What do you think about John Cena tapping out or passing out? Are you down with either one?
Um, yeah, like you say, like never give up. But you know how WWE is. They like to give people like the shock value, and I'm pretty sure that I at first I thought that maybe I want him to tap out,
Mm,
but I think he is gonna pass out. I
okay.
mean, I mean, I want John Cena to win, but the way he's acting, the way like you're saying that he don't want the spotlight and all this stuff, I'm 100% sure that he's in the back. I want this guy to go over, this guy to go over, this guy to go over, so they don't have another. They don't have no other choice. Which I wish John Cena could be like, you know what, this is my last match. I want to win. I want John Cena to win. Don't get me wrong. Like I do want him to win, but my prediction in my heart, I want John Cena to win, like for sure, hundred
Mm,
percent. But in my heart, I think John Cena's like being stubborn, and that's the reason. That's why I'm saying Gunther's gonna either make him tap out or pass out, and it's gonna it's gonna boost him up more as a heel, Like I know he's not gonna gain more stuff from it because, like you say, he's already up there. But and then yeah, you're right. John Cena had lost maybe more matches this year than won. So
If look to me, if John Cena was on a winning streak this year,
yeah,
if he was winning all his matches this year, right? Then I'd say, okay, drop your final match. That's cool. But John Cena for quite a few years, let's be honest, man, he's been a loser. He's
yeah,
been a
that's true.
loser. He's lost a lot. A lot. He went years without winning a singles match. He's been losing. So look, Cena taps out only if Rock comes out. Uh, I mean, we talked about that. I don't know. To be honest with you, look, I don't think The Rock makes an appearance. It'd be cool if he does. It'd be cool if he does. I'm not against it. Okay, let me tell you this. I'll say this, Big Bird.
Yeah,
To me, there's a difference of him passing out and tapping out. If he taps out, to me, to me, that's one of the worst things that can happen, man. If he taps out, if he passes out, it's a little bit more acceptable. Even
yeah.
though I want John Cena to win, which we'll get to him winning in a minute, but to me, there's a difference between the two. I would much rather him pass out than tap out. If he taps out, then good gosh, man. Then everything that John Cena ever was, man, it's just like down the toilet. I get the whole no, man, no, he's just trying to put other people over, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're not putting Gunther over. He's been two-time champion. He's got the record of the Intercontinental Championship reign. This
Yeah.
guy is over already. You're not putting him over. You're not putting Cody Rhodes over. John Cena lost to Cody Rhodes. Did he put Cody Rhodes over? No, Cody Rhodes is already Cody Rhodes. He's the American Nightmare. You're not putting him over. You're not boosting his career. You're not putting. If this was some kind of up and coming guy, if this was a Carmelo Hayes or something, then I'd say okay, I could see that, right? Because this kid needs a little bit of shine. I understand that. Gunther does not need any shine. This dude has been to the top of the mountain and he's still somewhat there. He's still a huge name. He's a draw. This does not do anything for Gunther. What is the likelihood of John Cena actually? I know you and I want him to win. What do you think the chances are of him actually winning the match is? And if he does win, Big Bird, how does it go down? Does he submit him? Does he just pin him 1, 2, 3? How does that go down?
No, I think my prediction is maybe the referee, there's gonna be a point that he's gonna like go down, like they're gonna probably knock him
Right.
out.
Okay. Okay.
There's, they're gonna be if I have watched wrestling for a long time, you too.
Mhm.
If there's any cheating from Gunther while the referee is down, and then let's say he's pins John Cena, and the referee wakes up, and everybody thinks this is the moment that the referee's gonna count to three, 1, 2, and then boom, and then John Cena just kicks out of the blue. That's how you know he's gonna win. He's gonna do his how you call it, the 5 moves of doom, and
Right.
then
Yes.
he's gonna do the 5 knuckle shuffle, and then he's gonna do the attitude adjustment. Not only once, twice. He's gonna do it 3 times to Gunther, and that's how he's gonna win. That's my prediction. That's the way I see it. How about yourself?
Okay. Okay. I think this, man. Okay. If John Cena wins, I think there's a way for John Cena to win and still have Gunther look strong. Because I think that's what they're trying to do is make Gunther look strong, which again is flabbergasting to me, Holmes, because I don't understand it. Gunther's already way over. You don't need this. But okay, all right. I think John Cena locks him in to the STFU, his submission maneuver, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have a repeat of Bret Hart and Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13. I think Gunther does not tap out. Maybe he's bleeding, maybe he's not. But I think Gunther decides, I'm not tapping out, and he just passes out. And the match is over, and that's how John Cena wins. Still making Gunther look strong because he didn't tap out. Remember when Stone Cold. Remember, I mean that's a memory in history, right? That Stone Cold is so damn tough. He refused. He refused to tap out. He refused to tap out. That was the entire story, which still lives to this day. That image.
Yeah.
I think we probably see something like that because they don't want to, as they're gonna say, bury Gunther, even though it's not gonna bury him. The guy is over. It's not gonna bury him. He'll be fine. But I think that's a way to keep Gunther looking strong and give John Cena the victory. So if if John Cena's winning tomorrow, honestly, if it were up to me, honestly, I would just like him to win just 1, 2, 3, get a good pinfall, 1, 2, 3, cleanly, boom, there it is, man. One of the greatest to ever do it, one of the biggest stars to ever do it, comes out with the win, and we're good. But because the business. I think that's how it's gonna go. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's funny that you brought that up because when you were talking about the never give up,
Right.
and what if John Cena taps out? In my mind was running. My mind was running, and I was gonna be like, you know what? What if, like, let's say they don't want John Cena. Nobody wants John Cena to tap out because everything's gonna go down the toilet. What if
Mhm.
John Cena's like bloody? Like his face is like really bloody, and he just passed out, and but he never tapped out.
Right.
And but yeah, like I just want like a clean win. Like a 1, 2, 3. I don't want no submission or nothing, but I'm with you. I agree with you, because nobody's gonna lose nothing, or nobody's gonna gain nothing by then. Either John Cena loses or wins, or Gunther, But for sure, they had to give it to John Cena. Like he has to win, Like I told you, in my heart, I want him to win. Like, but he's being stubborn backstage that this and that. Nah,
Yeah.
man. Like just win, man. Just But I think it's gonna go down like that. But I agree with you. If they want to do that, I'm 100% with you. Like it'll be badass. Just like Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. Stone Cold never
Mhm.
tapped out, and he's the toughest SOB. To this day.
Right.
It's cemented in history forever. And I think that match is in the Hall of Fame too, right? If I'm not mistaken, they
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They did.
Yeah, and I think everybody's gonna look at Gunther more like, wow, this guy's like badass, like he didn't tap out, he just passed out,
Right.
and that'll be like a good final match for John Cena, like wow, that match was amazing, and people will talk about it like in history and for the years to come,
Yeah, man. Well, we shall see what happens on Saturday night's main events. But before we wrap it up, Big Bird, what's your last thoughts, man? What do you want to say about the career, what it meant to you, seeing John Cena for so many years? Any words, man, that you want to share before we wrap it up here?
Yeah, I just want to say John Cena. I remember when I was a teenager and Kurt Angle was waiting in the ring for an opponent for his
Yes.
open challenge. This guy with spiky hairs and small trunks came out to the ring, and I was laughing because I could not take this guy serious. I remember like it was yesterday, and then he just said ruthless aggression, and he slapped the taste out of Kurt Angle's mouth. I was like, wow, I was shook, like holy, like holy smokes, And he lost his first match, but later down the line he became, he started rapping, he became the doctor of
Mm.
thugonomics, and I got more into him, with his five knuckle shuffle, his five moves of doom, the FU, the ruck
Mm.
fools. Now his special is called the AA, the attitude adjustment, sorry. And I was there live at WrestleMania 21 when he won his first championship title from John Brasha Layfield, and I was there live too for his last title match that he won against Cody Rhodes. Who knows? Maybe it was coincidence, destiny. I don't know what to call it, but now it's hitting me. It's like, wow, it's kind of crazy that I'm able to tell this to my kids, my grandkids, and then just until I get old. And he is the leader of the chain gang. And I thought I was
Mm.
a member of the chain gang. He's a leader of the C Nation. He taught me to never give up, never surrender, rise above hate. You can't see me. He's in my top 10 without a shadow of a doubt. He is a legend. He is an icon, quite possibly the best ever. Thank you, Cena. World Life. This is Basic Thugonomics.
That's right, man. That's right. And I'll just go ahead and just put my 2 cents on John Cena and what it meant, what his career meant. At least for me, I raised my sons through John Cena's career. My sons are in their 20s. They were little kids loving John Cena. The way I loved the immortal Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah.
And it lasted for so many years, and they're gonna be here with me watching his final match. Now, as adults, it's crazy. I love the whole Doctor of Thugonomics. He's the only one that I had his CD. I bumped it. I could still listen to some of his music today, because it's actually pretty good. Um, I was a little bit older. I wasn't like a little kid growing up watching John Cena, but in many ways I was just young, a young man in my 20s watching it, and just to see it come to an end, it's just like wow, how much time had passed and how fast time goes, and just being just that part of history, and just looking back at it and saying like wow, you know what, just a lot that he did and he put out there, man, and a lot of good memories, and like you said, things that that's things I'm gonna be telling my grandsons or my grandkids about, John Cena, who was one of the greatest to ever do it, and one of the greatest characters. It was just awesome just seeing his career. It was just awesome seeing his career, and John Cena, just thank you for all the memories, and thank you for just being around, man. And my kids grew up with you. They definitely grew up with you, and it helped me because we were able to sit down. They were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, man. We're just sitting down watching John Cena, seeing what he's doing, and we'd talk about it, and then we'll wrestle, and then they pretend to be John Cena, and it was just it was great, man. It was awesome. It was a big part of my life as well. So, well, with that, Big Bird, any last words, brother? I know we just gave our last 2 cents, man, on John Cena, but anything that you're just hoping to see tomorrow before we wrap it up here?
Um, I just, for the last celebration after the match, like I just pray to God they don't cut and go to commercials
Mm,
or ads. Like I just please let it run. We want to see that celebration. We want to see those hugs, tears, thank you, the cheering.
yeah,
And that's it. That's all I want to see for tomorrow
yeah, yeah,
after the matches.
yeah. For sure, man. Whatever does happen tomorrow, I just hope it's satisfying to everybody on a certain degree. I know everybody's not going to be completely satisfied. You can't do that. We know that in life, not everybody is satisfied, but at least everybody gets a little piece of satisfaction in one form or another. But with that, we will be tuned in to Saturday night's main event for John Cena, the great John Cena's final match. That is one Mr. Big Bird from South Central Los Angeles. Gracias, brother, for joining me on here today to talk about John Cena.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Always, God bless you.
Yes, sir, man. Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.